You just need two things to get numbers like this on LinkedIn. You need to evoke an emotion and you need to make your writing easy to understand. To give a quick intro, my name is Daniel Greenberg and I gained 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. And yes, I did oversimplify this YouTube video. It did require 1,000 posts, and in reality, like less than 10% of the posts drove like over 80% of the results. And there were a lot of other small things I learned along the way, like making a personal title less than 63 characters. This video is really on what the least impact things you can do on LinkedIn to get the most impact, and what I've learned the most from 10,000 followers. And those two things are, when you write and you make posts, you need to evoke an emotion and you need to make it super easy to understand. And I'm first going to start with the evoking emotion piece, because a lot of people talk about it, but I kind of want to give some rationale and the examples why. I actually studied behavioral decision sciences at Brown, which is a super fancy and over $300,000 way of just saying that humans make decisions with emotions, not just money. Like, I don't just buy a phone because I need a way to communicate. I'll buy an iPhone because I like the way it makes me feel, and then I might do certain upgrades because of that. And if you make like an e-commerce, if you have a countdown timer that's red, that is going to evoke more emotion than blue, and it might make you more willing to purchase. And when you're at a grocery store, what shelves do you put things on? All this stuff is decisions that are impacted by emotions. And the place where we're guilty of this most is social media and how we spend our time. On social media, I think we all know that a lot of the scary stuff is what goes viral. You won't see boring stories a lot on local news, or a lot of just common success stories, but it's that those fires and the scary stuff evokes an emotion. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to learn more. I need to learn what happened. This could have been me. And humans are emotional creatures. Like, that's how we connect with one another. That's why I love my brother and everything. It's all driven by emotions. And the same goes for LinkedIn when you're writing. So you have to evoke an emotion. And I'll give a quick example of my most viral series so far, and it's to stop doing this stuff. When you have the red text, that evokes more emotion. If you say the word stop, that evokes an emotion in people. People don't want to be told what to do. And then if you also combine that with the hook, where I'm using words like kind of exaggerating, saying nobody will read that, people, these are things that evoke emotion and make you want to click see more, because there's a war for your attention right now. I know a lot of people are saying this, but it's true. More and more content, especially AI slop, is just being flooded with the feed. And the one thing AI can't do is evoke emotion, because it's not a human. It can't understand the nuances. Like, yeah, I can get pretty close when it comes to the human image generation, and it's like scary close. And maybe by the time this video's aired, it will be, but it's not 100% there yet. It can't make a funny joke like Kevin Baker does about Costco, or it can't evoke that emotion in people yet. But it will get there, probably. I don't know. I'm not an AI expert. I don't want to go down the AI rabbit hole, but you need to evoke an emotion when you're making content on LinkedIn if you want to be successful. Or at least I think that's what led me to gain my 10,000 followers. And the other thing is to make it super easy to understand. And I didn't really come up with any of these. Like, Alex Hormozy talks about this all the time. Marques Brownlee talks about his YouTube channel being at like a 5th grade reading level or something. And I like to apply the same lens to my content, because I know I'm giving the AI example again, but like, AI gives these lengthy, wordy paragraphs that like no one wants to read. If you can say something in fewer words and express the same message, that makes you look stronger to me. And I think my audience understands that. And I think most readers now too are craving that brevity, and are craving something that's easy to understand with emotion that's clearly human generated. And some tips for making it easy to understand are honestly rewriting. I spend most of my time when I'm LinkedIn writing editing. And I think that's the same with making YouTube videos. Like, I'm filming right now for maybe 20% of the time. The other 80 is going to be spent making thumbnails, editing the video, like making sure the lighting is good in the video, setting up my camera equipment, taking it down. I mean, there's so many other things that go into it. Same with writing. And that is the editing process. You want to make it as concise as possible. I'm literally going word by word. Each word has to fight for its life when it's going to go to my audience, because every single word is an opportunity that they might churn, and that word has to add value. And one of the easy ways that I do this and that I recommend for you guys is I have the takeaway at the bottom, 2 words, the takeaway at the bottom of every post. And that to me is like the quick summary of what I'm trying to say. And to me, the 2 word, the takeaway of this YouTube video is that if you evoke emotion and if you write stuff that's easy to understand, you too can get 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. So that's one way. Another way is just literally every single word, trying to see what would happen in the sentence if it was removed. And also, yeah, you can ask ChatGPT. You can say, look, what are like the most complicated words I used in here? So you'll see a lot when I'm writing. I like to use words like stuff as opposed to, maybe some complicated psychology term I might want to mention. I just try to make it seem like I'm talking to my brother or my family and not like I'm writing some sort of fancy email, because no one likes fancy long emails. Those emails get scrolled over. We all know what they're talking about. Or a big long text in a group message. No one's reading that. But if you make it short, punchy, and add words that we all use, yeah, we all want to read it. And that's exciting. And that's what's driven a lot of my LinkedIn growth. I mean, to stop doing this, it's such a clear picture. And that's why I love this red box format right now. It's like, I want you to look at one thing and like, don't do that. Or I want you to look at one thing and do that. And it's like monkey see, monkey do. This is super easy stuff that I'm trying to articulate. And I think we just need the simplicity sometimes. Sometimes things get so complicated. Like your hook has to be this, your body has to be this, you have to use bold text, you have to post at this time, you have to add an image with this. I mean, there's so many things that people say you got to do. And if you just boil it down to like, this is what I'm trying to say, that'll make you stand out. I don't have much else to say. Overall, I know I've said this many times throughout this video, but if you too want to get 10,000 followers on LinkedIn, evoke an emotion and make something super easy to understand. Connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe here, and leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you all for your time and have a great day.